Hi guys. This is a ride that I did probably a couple weeks ago now on this mare. She has a hard time being focused, and a lot of the time at in the outdoor ring there, she can get really spooky if I don't start her in the drawing. So this was just a couple clips of our warm up. Unfortunately, I can't catch a lot on my one angle from my phone camera, but I'm working on it so that the warm-ups can kind of inform the ride a little bit more. You guys can see a bit more of what happens, but you can see she's pretty supple to start with. What I have set up here is a warm-up X with a landing and takeoff rail. She comes in really quiet, distracted, adds a leg, and then I kind of chase her off the back of the fence, which I probably should have corrected ahead of time. And she has more rhythm towards home, but the ongoing issue with her is that she bulges to the left. So I'm working on just getting her straight, and also the point of these exercises with this ride was the straightness, but also the amount of effort that she puts over the jump relative to its size. A lot of the time she can over jump or under jump things, and she's got a really happy front end, a very excitable front end, but she's got a really quiet, kind of lacking hind end. So my rides are kind of based around trying to improve those things, her straightness, her effort, and her front and her hind end in different ways, having her be able to measure the heights of fences and have a bit more of a perception of that by just being repetitive. And also, with her being crooked, we struggle with the landing leads, and that was nicer. So I think eventually I moved on to the grid here. I cantered and trotted those fences quite a bit, to get her paying attention, and also to keep her on her toes because she gets bored really easily. And when I threw her into this grid, she was backed off. We added a leg. I just closed my leg and hand and pushed her through, and that's what I want her to be able to do. We did a lot of halt transitions in this ride just because she was trying to kind of run away. I want her to be a type that can figure out her own issues when you get into combinations like this. She's going to be a junior jumper. She needs to be able to figure it out. So eventually, you can see she's really flopping around and trying to decide what way she wants to go in terms of left and right, when really I just want her to go travel straight. There we go. That was better. But she wavers quite a bit. She goes to the left a little bit more than to the right, and I really like this exercise. I had adjusted it here. She looked and backed herself off, but again, closed my leg and she figured it out. Because the two strides coming out of the one stride really backed them off. I had it measured really short, so she had to pay attention. There's a couple times where I probably should have corrected her a little bit more in the two so she wasn't running out, but I want her to figure it out on her own. So you can see she clips the cavalettis a couple times here and there coming out, yeah. And the point of that is just to get her to pay attention a little bit better next time. That was nice. She was straighter, resisting me a little bit, but I had adjusted that to a vertical as well, just so that she had something else to work on, and I couldn't switch out of the line once in a while when she got distracted. There was a couple times where she was spooking at things at the top of the ring, which really informs and affects the way that she does the line. And she ran out there a little bit, so I decided to cut into the line and fix that two stride, just collect it up a little bit, make sure she wasn't going to knock it. And then I think I adjusted the fences one more time. And I was really happy with how she was jumping. She started really utilizing herself properly and not overdoing it on these fences. But I think what she struggled with the most in this ride was her straightness. That was better. And then these had probably been put up. You can tell because she looks at it and has to make a new judgment. But she's pretty good. Once I've been through it once or twice, she gets it and figures it out. These were set pretty tight still. So you can see her kind of struggling to fit the strides in, but I wanted her to have to try and to pay attention. There's a moment or two where she starts spooking at either end here and loses her focus. When that started happening, because that was really nice. When I had got to this point, she had jump schooled quite a bit. I was really happy with how she was going. Not changing her rhythm too much and just not over-efforting over the fences, which was really nice. I couldn't quite get her exactly as straight as I wanted, but that was kind of as good as it gets, especially with going towards home. This one, I think, is the one where she starts having a bit of a meltdown. There was people, I would say like 4 football fields away, but somehow she saw them. I didn't until she did, but after that, she got a little bit hot and distracted. I was really happy with how the ride went, so I just flatted her down a little bit after I jumped a couple more and was happy with how they went and how straight she was, at least to the left. Prefer that she doesn't swap, but you can see she was all kind of wound up, so I did some flat work for a while. I didn't catch most of it on camera, and just softened her up and got her to back down to earth, and it was a good ride, and the grid was great.